Can you believe it's possible to live in a country spending just $15 a day? In the Dominican Republic, this is achievable. Living affordably, with fresh food and accessible transportation, makes this dream a reality. Sun, beaches, and a vibrant culture await at an incredibly low cost. Bachata, with its sensual steps, is the soul of the Dominican Republic. Born on the streets, this dance brings couples together in passionate nights. Dominican culture exudes passion through music, smiles, and hospitality that captivate every visitor. The nightlife in Punta Cana buzzes with energy. Intoxicating rhythms fill the dance floors, while beachside bars serve tropical drinks. Lively parties ensure fun until dawn, with contagious vibes turning the sand into a dance floor. The collective energy creates unforgettable nights, perfect for those seeking fun and connection by the sea. The Dominican Republic is located in the heart of the Caribbean, occupying the eastern two-thirds of Hispaniola, shared with Haiti. Bordered by the Atlantic Ocean to the north and the Caribbean Sea to the south, the country is part of Central America and the Greater Antilles Archipelago, with a total area of 48,445 square kilometers. It's the second largest country in the Caribbean, surpassed only by Cuba. The capital, Santo Domingo, is a historical landmark, being the first permanent European settlement in the Americas, founded by Christopher Columbus in 1492. With an estimated population of 11.4 million in 2024, the Dominican Republic is the second most populous country in the Caribbean behind Haiti. Globally, it ranks around 82nd among the most populated countries, considering the world population exceeds 8 billion. About 85% of the population lives in urban areas, particularly in the capital, which is home to 3.6 million people. The literacy rate in the Dominican Republic is high, reaching about 94% of the adult population aged 25 and older. The education system is based on the Spanish model, emphasizing reading and writing from an early age. However, access to higher education is more limited, with approximately 30% of adults having some level of university education due to socioeconomic barriers and regional inequalities, especially in rural areas. The official language is Spanish, specifically Dominican Spanish, a Caribbean variant influenced by African languages and borrowed words from the indigenous Taino people. Haitian Creole is the largest minority language, spoken by about 6% of the population, mainly Haitian immigrants and their descendants. In tourist areas like Punta Cana, hotel and resort staff often speak English, French, German, Italian, and even Portuguese, though the quality of foreign language education in public and private schools varies. The Dominican Republic's economy is one of the most dynamic in Central America and the Caribbean, with a GDP of approximately $121.9 billion in 2023, ranking 65th globally. The tertiary sector, particularly tourism, is the main economic driver, contributing nearly 60% of GDP. Telecommunications, finance, and public services also stand out. The primary sector, including sugarcane, banana, and coffee production, account for less than 6% of GDP, but is vital for exports. Economic growth has been driven by urbanization and tourism infrastructure, though challenges like unemployment, around 5.5%, and income inequality persist. The history of the Dominican Republic includes periods of conflict, notably the Dominican War of Independence, 1844 to 1861, against Haiti. After gaining independence from Spain in 1821, Haiti occupied the eastern part of the island in 1822, leading to a prolonged struggle for Dominican sovereignty, achieved in 1844. Internal conflicts and a brief reannexation by Spain, 1861 to 1865, marked the period. Another significant event was the Dominican Civil War of 1965, sparked by a popular and military uprising to restore the 1963 Constitution. U.S. intervention with Marines escalated the conflict, which ended with Joaquin Balaguer's rise to power. Dominican hospitality is world-renowned, especially in tourist regions like Punta Cana, Puerto Plata, and La Romana. Dominicans are known for their warm receptiveness, joy, and eagerness to share their vibrant culture marked by rich cuisine. Hotels and resorts offer multilingual service and high-quality amenities, while local communities often welcome visitors with generosity. In the 2024 Global Peace Index, the Dominican Republic ranks 92nd out of 163 countries. Though a popular tourist destination, the country faces challenges with crime, particularly in urban areas like Santo Domingo. In 2023, about 1,400 homicides were recorded, a rate of roughly 12.3 per 100,000 inhabitants, considered high compared to countries like Chile, 2.7 per 100,000. Violent crimes like robberies and thefts are more common in dense urban areas, but tourist regions are generally safe due to strong police presence. Studies indicate that about 30% of adults are considered obese, similar to global trends in developing countries. Factors include a carbohydrate-rich diet, rice, yuca, bread, and increased consumption of processed foods. Rapid urbanization and sedentary lifestyles in cities also contribute, while rural areas maintain more traditional diets based on local produce. The Dominican Republic's climate is humid tropical, with average annual temperatures between 18 degrees Celsius and 27 degrees Celsius. In summer, especially August, temperatures can reach 34 degrees Celsius, while in winter January, lows hover around 14 degrees Celsius, except in mountainous areas like Pico Duarte, where they can drop to 0 degrees Celsius. Trade winds and maritime influence moderate temperatures, creating a pleasant climate for tourism year-round. In the global ranking of cleanest countries, the Dominican Republic is 67th out of 180. While 98% of urban residents have access to potable water and over 90% to basic sanitation, waste management and pollution in urban areas remain challenges. Tourist areas like beaches are kept clean, but less developed regions struggle with improper waste disposal. Punta Cana's nightlife is an invitation to fun, with an atmosphere that encourages flirting and relaxed encounters, reflecting the warm and welcoming Caribbean spirit. As night falls around 7 p.m., tourist areas light up with vibrant lights, and the mild temperature, 22 degrees Celsius to 26 degrees Celsius, cooled by the sea breeze, creates the perfect setting for socializing outdoors. Music pulses like the heartbeat of night, with rhythms like merengue, bachata, reggaeton, and international hits inviting everyone to the dance floor. Quick dance classes offered by lively instructors break the ice, bringing people together, whether solo travelers or groups with locals or other tourists. Flirting is facilitated by the relaxed vibe, with Dominicans and tourists mingling through smiles, glances, and dance invitations, creating a light and fun atmosphere. Beachside bars serve tropical cocktails like mojitos and rum-based drinks, plus cold beers, loosening up conversations. Snacks like empanadas and fresh seafood complement the nights, perfect for sharing in groups. Entertainment varies, from high-energy parties with DJs and dancing crowds until 3 or 4 a.m. to intimate beachside lounges with soft music and starry skies. Themed beach events with bonfires or nighttime boat rides with music and drinks add a special touch, ideal for memorable encounters with the illuminated coast as a backdrop. The crowd is global, with tourists from Europe, North America, and Latin America mingling with welcoming Dominicans, making the night a multicultural hub. Security is reinforced in tourist areas with good lighting and patrols, ensuring worry-free enjoyment. Lightweight, comfortable clothing and carrying Dominican pesos for smaller venues are recommended, as is staying hydrated due to the heat and excitement. Living in the Dominican Republic is relatively affordable, with costs varying by lifestyle and location, averaging 47.2% lower than in Germany and 69% lower than in the United States, according to 2025 Numbeo data. A single person can live on about $527.40 per month without rent, while a family of four needs roughly $1,874 without housing. Tourist cities like Punta Cana have higher prices, while rural areas like Jarabacoa are cheaper. Housing is a major expense. In Santo Domingo, a one-bedroom apartment in the city center rents for about $359 monthly, dropping to $200 to $300 outside the center. In Punta Cana, prices may be 20 to 30% higher due to tourism demand. Buying property is feasible, with apartments starting at $100,000. In smaller cities like Puerto Plata, rentals can be as low as $270 for a one-bedroom. Food is affordable, especially at local markets, with a monthly budget of $200 to $300 for one person, including fresh fruit, $1 to $3 per crate, bread, $1.25 per unit, and chicken, $2.60 per pound. Eating at local diners with dishes like rice, beans, and meat costs $3 to $5, while casual restaurants charge about $6.45 per person, and upscale ones range from $15 to $50. Public transportation is cheap, with monthly passes at $45.30 and bus tickets from 72 cents. Santo Domingo's metro is efficient, but taxis in tourist areas are pricier, with an 8 kilometers ride costing about $21.40. Gasoline is $1.29 per liter, and many prefer motorbikes or cars to navigate chaotic city traffic. Basic utilities, water, electricity, garbage, for an 85 square meters apartment costs around $58.27 monthly, cheaper than in Western countries, as heating isn't needed. Internet averages $50 monthly, and prepaid mobile plans cost 17 cents per minute. Power outages may require generators, increasing costs. Avoid displaying valuables like jewelry, expensive watches, or large sums of cash, especially in urban areas like Santo Domingo or less touristy regions, as crime, including opportunistic theft and robberies, is a concern. Use secure bags and keep belongings in discreet places like inner pockets when in crowded markets or streets. Don't drink tap water, as its quality can be inconsistent, especially outside tourist areas. Opt for bottled or filtered water to avoid stomach issues. Avoid street food from unhygienic vendors, especially if unaccustomed to local cuisine, and choose reputable establishments or cook to minimize risks. Avoid walking alone at night in unfamiliar or poorly lit areas, particularly outside tourist zones like Punta Cana or Puerto Plata, as robberies are a risk. Travel in groups or use trusted taxis, especially after nightlife events, and avoid deserted streets. Don't engage in heated arguments or show disrespect to local culture, as Dominicans value hospitality and cordiality. Avoid offensive comments about politics, religion, or sensitive historical issues like tensions with Haiti. While haggling is common, avoid aggressive bargaining in markets, as it can be misinterpreted. Negotiate politely, respecting vendors who often rely on sales for their livelihood. Be cautious of insistent street vendors offering services or products, as some may charge inflated prices. Don't ignore weather conditions, especially during hurricane season, June to November. Avoid coastal areas during storm warnings, and stay updated on weather alerts. In intense heat, use hats or sunscreen to prevent sunstroke or burns. Avoid unregulated transport like motor taxis or informal vans, especially in rural areas, as they may not follow safety standards. Use authorized buses or trusted ride-hailing apps. Don't drive on rural roads at night due to poor lighting and risks like potholes or animals. Respect protected areas and beaches by not littering, collecting corals, or disturbing wildlife like sea turtles, as this can lead to fines and environmental harm. Follow signs and guides in national parks. Lastly, avoid trusting unaccredited tour or service offers. Research reputable agencies in advance to avoid scams or low-quality experiences. By following these precautions, you can enjoy the Dominican Republic safely while respecting its vibrant culture. Beach parties in the Dominican Republic are a spectacle, blending the tropical climate with lively music and dreamy settings. Held mainly in tourist areas like Punta Cana, where white sand, crystal clear waters, and palm trees create the perfect ambience, these events are marked by contagious energy. Tourists from around the world and Dominicans unite to celebrate under the starry sky, with the sea breeze keeping temperatures pleasant 22 degrees Celsius to 26 degrees Celsius, ideal for dancing or relaxing by the sea. Music is the main draw, with Dominican rhythms like merengue and bachata inviting everyone to dance, mixed with reggaeton, electronic, and international pop. Renowned DJs or local bands animate the nights, creating a soundtrack ranging from vibrant beats to softer melodies for calmer moments. Many parties feature live performances by professional dancers or cultural acts showcasing Dominican traditions, like choreographies narrating local stories. Parties vary in style. Some are grandiose, with stages on the sand, colorful lights, and crowds dancing until dawn, while others are more intimate, like luau's with bonfires and guitars. Boat parties with music and drinks are also popular, offering unique views of the illuminated coast. The high season, December to April, is the busiest, but even the low season has frequent celebrations, especially on weekends. Food complements the experience, with stalls offering snacks like tostines, fried plantains, and fresh seafood, plus tropical cocktails like the Dominican mojito with passion fruit touches. Cold beers refresh, and many events include international food options for diverse tourists. Social interaction is a highlight, attracting a varied crowd from young partygoers to couples enjoying romantic nights. Dominican hospitality makes everyone feel welcome, with locals often striking up conversations or inviting others to dance. Security is reinforced in tourist areas with proper lighting and patrols for a worry-free experience. Wear light clothing like linen shirts or dresses and comfortable shoes for dancing on sand. Carry Dominican pesos for smaller vendors. Stay hydrated and avoid bringing valuables to minimize risks. Dominican beach parties are a celebration of culture, music, and nature, perfect for creating unforgettable memories in a Caribbean paradise. Bachata originated in rural Dominican communities, blending African, Spanish, and indigenous Taino influences. Initially linked to the working class and seen as music of heartbreak, with lyrics about lost love and heartache, it evolved into a symbol of seduction with its soft guitar chords, enveloping bongo percussion and rhythmic gira. Today, bachata is a global icon, but in the Dominican Republic, especially in cities like Santo Domingo, it pulses with authenticity, present in parties, bars, and spontaneous street gatherings. The dance is intimate, with fluid movements and partners moving in sync, almost like a bodily conversation. The steps are simple, but the closeness of bodies, rhythmic hips, and exchanged glances create an intense connection. In Dominican culture, dancing bachata is an emotional expression where sensuality is not just physical, but a celebration of passion and vulnerability. Young and old couples dance naturally without taboos, reflecting the country's open attitude toward affection. Dominican sensuality extends beyond dance, seen in warm gestures, open smiles, and a laid-back approach to socializing. In coastal nightlife, bachata fuels encounters, creating a romantic and palpable energy. Music, with lyrics of desire and love, enhances this atmosphere, inviting people to live in the moment. Sensuality is also in Dominican aesthetics, with colorful, light clothing that suits the tropical climate and celebrates the body. Women and men dress confidently in flowing dresses or fitted shirts, complementing the vibrant personality of the people. Bachata is inclusive, uniting generations and backgrounds. In dance schools or community events, foreigners learn steps alongside patient and enthusiastic Dominicans, fostering cultural exchange. Bachata festivals in various cities attract dancers worldwide, enchanted by Dominican energy. Despite its sensuality, bachata culture is respectful, with an implicit understanding of boundaries and value consent, especially in tourist settings. To enjoy it, learn basic steps, dress comfortably, and embrace the experience with openness. Bachata and the Dominican sensual culture are an invitation to feel, dance, and connect, celebrating life with passion and authenticity. If you enjoyed this journey through the Dominican Republic, subscribe and leave a like. Check out other exciting videos on the channel. Until next time, thanks for watching.